kiddies. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They run again on first down. Cook. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a room to maneuver. The 20, and he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 63 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Our first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now first and 10.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Play fake. Cousins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 80 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's Cook again. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Running off tackle with Cook. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, They'll host Detroit in Week 3 and then Chicago in Week 5. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And again, it's Rodgers. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is what long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They run the counter with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Nothing after one on EA Sports. Second and 10. They go play action. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
Adam Thielen, a terrific wide receiver and synonymous with Minnesota football. You go back to high school, college ball in the state, and now his 9th season with the Minnesota Vikings. 10 touchdown catches last season, makes a nice catch there.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play action now. Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throwing is Rodgers. Now swing pass for Dillon. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. It's a gain of 1 yard, and that leads to a Green Bay first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
118 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Again, it's Cook. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, a 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Rodgers tapping his forward on the jet sweep. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. To throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth puts it up. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's got this to Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, it's Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he caught it up, and the Vikings pick up the football. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan, but this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins uses the stiff arm, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Cook following the penalty. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 2nd and 16, Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Waddle got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this one dropped in the end zone. It looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
181 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Rodgers going to throw. His throw incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On first down, Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. To throw is Rodgers.
Completes it again to Dobbs.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I think
think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Is going to go down. He's sacked. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Rodgers. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating, and they are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Cook up the gut. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run again on first down. Cook. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Rodgers to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division